Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have some drama boiling up between two Dallas Cowboy fan favorite players in Micah Parsons and Dez Bryant. This all is stemming from the Washington Commanders actually making it to the NFC Championship game just 1 year removed from Dan Quinn ousting himself from the Cowboys coaching ranks and joining the Washington Commanders. And hey man, the players ain't the only people going nuts about this. Even Jordan Lewis said, I can't believe Dan Quinn left and immediately went and did this. And now Micah and Dez they're going back and forth with each other. Let's get right into this because I think this interaction probably represents a lot of what's going on with Dallas Cowboys fans today. All right, so the first post came from Dez Bryant. He posted on X, "From now on, I'll speak my truth about the Cowboys. Whether it's good or bad, Jerry has built a great brand, and now it's time for the team to start winning. It's time for a real culture shift. I'm fed up with all the nepotism. Get someone in there who can win games." Now, on its surface, it sounds amazing. On its surface, that sounds like something that everyone should be able to agree with. And then you realize who it's actually coming from. I think this is probably what struck Micah Parsons a weird kind of way because Dez does this a lot. And I'm going to be honest, man. This is one of the reasons I just can't even follow Dez Bryant on any of the socials, bro, because he has this way of almost excluding himself from things that he himself were a part of at one point. Like, Dez, you were a Cowboy. You were in this organization. We didn't hear you coming out and just spilling all the beans. Yes, we know you got passion in the locker room and stuff like that at times, but that was just more about you and you wanting to win and stuff. But as far as you coming out and exposing things and being super transparent about what's going on in the organization and all the exact things that need to change and the problems that's existing, Jerry, stop doing these tours. Jerry, stop coming in the locker room messing with the coaches. Jerry, stop doing this. Jerry, hire some real coaching staff. Our coaches suck. You didn't do that when you were here. So it's really frustrating to see that as a fan now, like you wanting to be very hypercritical of the team and the fact that they're not winning when, bro, you were a large part of us not winning. You took up about 33% of that time period. It's been 30 years, man. You was here about 8-9 years, bro. So you took up a good chunk of that time period. And Micah Parsons had that to say as well. He said, stuff like this irritates me, Dez, because you had enough talent and was probably one of the greatest in your time. You could have changed the culture, brother. You could have changed the culture. That's what Micah Parsons said back to Dez Bryant. Now, again, I highly doubt there's any like real animosity present here, but Micah he's being honest with Dez, and you can tell that Dez's constant insistence on wanting to, I guess, speak on the Cowboys in a negative light or whatever it may be, or speak in a way as if like he has all the answers. Micah has an issue with that. And Dez responded to a response to Micah's post, and the response to Micah's post was, Michael, you know everyone in the office is a yes man. No one is willing to speak the truth to Jerry. It's the same old, same old. It's why Kellen will be back, because he's a yes man too. Dez Bryant said, talk to him. Micah Parsons responded, LOL, what does front office have to do with players' actions and players be responsible for their actions? And this is why I said this interaction pretty much represents where Dallas Cowboys fans are right now. You have one half of Cowboys fans that have already identified that the Jones family and how Jerry just runs his organization is a large part of the reason why we're not able to actually see any winning cultures really be established here in Dallas. It's a large part of why we see Dan Quinn leave here. And the first year he lead his new organization to an NFC Championship game appearance. It's the exact reason why we seen Wade Phillips leave here. And the first year he left, he ended up being in the Super Bowl. I think winning the Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos, right? So we see this happen all the time where players or coaches will lead the Cowboys and have even more success than they were able to have here because of the way the organization is ran. The Cowboys have a similar level of talent. Sometimes they have more talent than these teams that are actually winning, but it's the way the organization is structurally ran. And I think that's part of the huge argument here, and that's why both of these guys represent one half of that debate. Micah is more so still leaning apologist for the front office type of side. He's more so like, hey, the responsibility falls on the players. And Micah, that may be true, but I mean, how much responsibility can the players take when the front office is creating drama surrounding who's going to be the starting running back, and they're interjecting and wanting to force feed Zeke to the entire fan base, but really Rico Dowdle's the best running back. Did the head coach already know that? Did the front office make that process more difficult than it needed to be? Or what about Jerry coming in and getting messages and wires crossed up, or forming too close of a relationship with players to the point to where it almost feels as if the way the Cowboys are set up, you can circumvent the head coach. If you are in the Cowboys organization, if you're a CD Lamb, if you're a Micah Parsons, if you're some of these guys, you can circumvent having to talk to the head coach. You can go talk straight to the owner about any issues you may have, including with the head coach. So it's the structure of the organization, Micah. We didn't see Jerry get aggressive like either one of these teams. We about to potentially see two NFC East teams in the NFC Championship game with the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles, and we have not seen Jerry do what those organizations are doing. Those organizations went out and got players. You got the Frankie Louvu's, the Dorrance Armstrongs, the Dante Fowlers. Mike Sanders still was drafted as a rookie for the Commanders. Jaden Daniels. The Commanders finally get a quarterback. And man, we are definitely going to have that quarterback conversation, because people are acting like the Commanders already had a franchise quarterback in place and they switched him out and got a new one, and that's what led to the success. Brother, they never had a quarterback in the first place, man. This entire organization did a complete overhaul, and the owners allowed the coaches to coach, and that essentially is what Dez Bryant is getting at here. So while I don't usually agree with Dez, I have to kind of lean Dez aside on this one, because I think that the ownership is a problem. I think the ownership not providing the proper players to the roster so the coaches can be successful is a problem. I think the ownership coming and essentially impeding the job of the coaching staff is a problem. I think the ownership wanting to chase headlines more than chase championships is a problem. And I think the way that they do their business, the way they go about their business, that is all demonstrated. That is all observable truths as far as how Jerry Jones goes about his business. And it will honestly be harder to make an argument against what I'm saying than try to make an argument for what I'm saying. So, Micah, I get what you're saying. Yes, let's hold the players accountable. The players need to control what they can control. But, I mean, to be honest, y'all are arguing about two sides of the same coin. All right, so Dez, Micah, relax. Cowboys fans, relax, man. We got a really, really bad habit of anytime we see something going on in the football world, we got to relate that to our team in the worst way possible. And the thing is, man, this is just two completely different situations. This is all about ownership and how they went about doing their business, bro. This is what we're seeing right now as far as Washington Commanders getting where they are. Because to be quite frank, I'm going to be honest, this Commanders team isn't more talented than the Cowboys teams that we've had in year past or anything. It's just the owners allowed the coaches to coach, and the coaches did an excellent job of coaching. Cliff Kingsbury had an excellent game plan to attack that Lions defense. Dan Quinn did an excellent job of motivating his guys and having his guys ready to come out and play. Jaden Daniels did an excellent job of staying rock steady. All that is fine, but we all know that the Cowboys are dealing with completely different circumstances, so we can't look at this game and say, oh, it's the quarterback. We all know that's not true, man. We all know there's way more going on in Dallas than just quarterback play. So that's what I'm saying. We got to take a step back. Everyone take a deep breath. Breathe. Micah, Dez, get off of X, man. Get off of X. We don't need to be showing any more dysfunction, man. This is, oh boy, it's getting very, very difficult. It's getting very, very difficult, man, to be a proud Cowboys fan, bro. I'm about to have to walk around with a bag on my head eventually, because this is getting difficult, boy. We still same old Cowboys, bruh. This is not good, bro. They got our all-pro players going at each other and stuff. This is wild.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy, shut up. Hey! I'm still them boys.